Greetings, peeps, and welcome to IHU 101, Humanities Through the Arts. I'm your host, Dr. Hendrickson. You can call me Dr. H, and I will be with you for the next several weeks. First of all, I'd like to offer my apologies for the radio silence. It has not been intentional. I have had a series of health issues that have prevented me from doing what I want to do. I don't want to go into too much detail for you, but just so you kind of understand my situation. I've recently had cervical spinal surgery in my neck, and it has been a very slow and arduous recovery process, and it is still ongoing. I am recovering, but it is taking a lot longer than I had anticipated. If I had known it was going to be this arduous, I would not have probably agreed to teach this course this semester. Nevertheless, here we are. But in addition to that, I've been to the emergency room. I have had other complications, and I'm about to undergo some other surgeries coming up. So I apologize for all of the interruptions and all of the delays. Unavoidable, unfortunately. So nevertheless, a couple of things for us to talk about. Several of you have purchased the online text. That's great. Congratulations. But we still have quite a number of you who have not. Now, let me just reiterate a couple of things. You cannot pass the course without the text. You have to have that text. So please, if you have not already done so, you need to go get it. Now, there are a couple of options for you. You can do a free trial version that I believe it's a 2-week, possibly 3-week, but just understand that that won't get you through the entire semester. You're still going to need to purchase the text. So let's take a look at a short vid where I explain exactly how to access the registration information for your online text, how you can access that free trial period, and then when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about our course. Okay, so just sit back, relax, watch. If you've already purchased the text, obviously this is not for you, but stick around because the other stuff is. Here you go. Okay, so the first thing we do is log on to e-learning. And in this window here under My Courses is where you will see whatever courses you happen to be registered in at Delta will appear here. And if you're registered for Humanities Through the Arts, this is what it will look like. So you click on this link and you'll be brought to our courses homepage, which looks like this. And you'll see that there are some things on this on our e-learning site's homepage, such as our announcements, the most recent one being Let's Try This Again. You will also see some other things on here that we're going to discuss later, but just understand that's what this is. What you want to do at this point is go to the Content tab up here on the top. Click on the Content tab. Then look over here to the left, you see the course syllabus, the detailed course schedule, and section 1, section 2, so forth. Now, these are simply descriptions of what's in the text. These are not the actual assignments. They are simply descriptions, okay? So just please understand. In order for you to see the assignment, you have to go to the Content tab. And you have to scroll down to the bottom of the Content tab, and you have to go to the online textbook registration link. Once there, you will see Connect for Education. McGraw-Hill Connect. You will see the Humanities Through the Arts online text registration. This is a link that you can click, or you can copy this QR code and do this that way. Let's just click on the link for now. And you'll be brought to the McGraw-Hill Connect welcome page. It says to enter your email address to join the course section or sign in. Now, you can enter any email address that you wish. If you want to use Delta, you can. If you want to use your Gmail account or any other email server account, you are welcome to do so. Once you put in your email address and you click continue, you'll be brought to a page that asks you for a password if you've already registered for McGraw-Hill. If not, it'll ask you some other questions to get a text. Now, what I recommend that you do is, if you are in need of getting a textbook, then my suggestion to you would be to try the free version, which you are welcome to try. Notice here it's going to ask you, you put in your email and it's asking you to create an account. I've put in a different email for demonstration purposes. So you put in your personal information, and you can do a mobile opt-in, receive text, things like that. You're going to create a password and so forth. So let's just give this a try, just for the sake of giving it a try, and we will continue with our demonstration. We can do this part if you want to receive text messages. You don't have to. You do want to create a password of some kind, so make it one that you can remember. Notice here that it has 9 to 20 characters without spaces, 1 uppercase, 1 lowercase, 1 number, and cannot have 3 repeating characters. Email address cannot exist in the password. So you kind of have to be careful with the stuff that you put in. So just understand that's what it is, and you're going to ask you to confirm your new password. And it's going to have security questions, ask, what it is that you want to put in your answer. And that you understand all the conditions and to create an account. Now, once you create the account, you're given access, okay? It says here, temporary access. Look here, get started now with 2 weeks of free access, okay? You can do this if you want. Just understand, you are going to have to purchase this textbook. You cannot complete the course without purchasing the text. If you want to try it for 2 weeks until you get the money, go for it. And you can always come back and purchase the text. Or you can purchase it right now. And if you've already done so at the bookstore, they would have given you a Connect code to go ahead and use. Many of you have already done this. Or you can go to this right here and purchase it this way. So this is what you do. This is how you get the textbook, okay? You go to the link on our e-learning site right here. Connect, right? Humanities Through the Arts. Click on that link. You'll be brought to the page that I just showed you. You will create an account, and then you have these choices. Choose your method of access. Temporary access, you're going to have free access for 2 weeks. Or if you've already purchased the textbook and you've been given a code, you can put that in right here where it says enter your 20-character whatever code. Or you can purchase it right here. Those are all up to you. But folks, I cannot stress this enough. You cannot pass this class without purchasing this text. You have to have it. All the assignments are done on the online text, other than the stuff that we do on e-learning, which is minimal. Everything else, the readings, the viewing, the essays, all of that is on this online text. So please, please make this happen, okay? Get this online text. It is going to be extraordinarily beneficial for you. Okay, I hope you found that informative. If you have issues still, even after watching that vid, please shoot me an email. So let's talk a little bit about our course and the way that it is structured. Typically, I do not teach this course in a 7-week format, simply because there's just too much material to cover, and that I have a podcast that is associated with this course, and where I invite local artists. I go out and record them, film them performing, and then I have them come on the podcast show, and the students submit questions to the artists. And it's a great time. It's a lot of fun, but unfortunately we can't do it in this shortened, concentrated 7-week session. So unfortunately, you will not get to participate in that. However, if you would like to participate in the podcast, I am teaching the course again in a full-blown semester in the fall. I believe it's this fall. So you would be welcome to participate in that. And if you are interested in participating in the podcast, just let me know, and I will include you in those questions, and we'll send you all of the links to the podcast so that you can watch both the performances and participate in the show. But for the time being, just understand that, because this is a concentrated course, we don't have the luxury of a full semester, so we kind of have to get things done a little quicker, and therefore there just isn't time for everything. Understand, our course is all online. There is no physical or virtual regularly scheduled meeting times. Everything is online. All of the reading assignments, all of the tests, the quizzes, and the essays, the short essays that are often part of the quizzes, those are also all on your online text. Other assignments, such as the discussion topics, and for us, the podcast performance rebroadcast, those you will find on e-learning. A little bit about attendance and grading. It's an online course, folks. I can't tell you when to log on or when to complete assignments. We're going to talk a little bit more about scheduling in a moment, but just understand, a lot of this is up to you. This is all on you. So you have to take the initiative. Every time you log on, every time you complete an assignment, submit an assignment, every time you send me an email, all of that is counted towards your attendance. So while we don't have a physical or virtual meeting time regularly scheduled, you are being monitored when you log on. So just, it's summertime, right? It's a summer course. It's pretty chill, but I still need you to do the work. So just don't think that you can, breeze through the course and not do anything. In fact, here's the philosophy behind the course. As long as you do the work, you're going to make an A. The only way to fail this course is do nothing. Sit back and do nothing and let time just pass you by. Then, yeah, you can make an F if that's the way you want to handle it. If at any time you have any questions, obviously email me. I cannot guarantee that I will not get back with you as expeditiously as I would like. I do try to get back with you within 24 to 48 hours, but because of these health issues, I may not be able to answer you quite as quickly as possible. So more about that in a bit. About those podcast performances. Due to my health issues, I haven't been able to get these posted for you as quickly as I would like, but they are coming. They will be up by next week. So starting July 21st, you should begin to see these podcast performance rebroadcasts. And folks, there's only going to be 2 or 3 of them, not very many. And really, these are just a basis for you to watch these things as musical examples, so that we have some material for us to base some of our discussion topics on. Understand that this is a kind of a survey of the arts through the eyes of humanity, if you will. So that's, essentially what we're doing is we're looking at art and we're looking at the human component of it, how humans view art, how we experience it, how we react to it, how we reflect on it. But for our portion, And I say our portion because I'm not the only professor who teaches this at Delta. We have other professors from other disciplines that teach this same course. They will offer their take on it through a lens from their discipline. So, for example, an English professor will offer it probably through the lens of literature and through language, versus, let's say, a communications professor might offer it through a completely different lens. It may be theater, maybe strictly from the way through the lens of how we interact as individuals and how art affects how we interact with each other. So we are going to focus through the lens of music, and so as a music professor, it kind of stands to reason that that's how we would do this. So these podcast performances are rebroadcasts of podcast performances that have happened, in the past, in previous semesters. And they're just to give you some musical background for us to kind of consider, discuss, and talk about and relate to the artistic examples that are given in our text. The artistic examples may include, paintings, sculptures, that type of thing. So it's just a way for us to focus our view of the arts through the lens of music. Yes, they are required. Yes, you have to do them, so they are part of the course. And yes, they are graded. So just understand that. Having said that, however, understand if something doesn't get posted, and as a result, you have no way of completing the assignment, you're not going to get penalized for that, okay? I don't penalize you for things that you have no control over. So just understand, if I assign something, if it's in that detailed course calendar and it never gets posted for you to view, that's on me, not on you. So you're not going to get marked down or misgraded or anything like that, okay? You're only going to be responsible for what you have access to. So please, that's why that text is so important. You got to have access to the text. Let's see. I'll also saying that, about grading. Always remember, I grade on effort and participation every bit as much as I do on good test scores, okay, and well-written essays. Of course, I want you to do well on all of those things, but if you are showing an effort, if you are engaged in the course, you're going to make an A. It's not that hard, really. It isn't. Just do the work and make an A. It's not hard. Okay, communication. The best way to communicate with me right now is through email. I am not in my office in the summer months, and particularly this summer because of the surgeries that I'm going through. So I'm never there. If you call my office, you will get my voicemail, and I will probably be able to listen to your message in October. So please, shoot me an email. I'll get back with you as quickly as possible. The only exception to this is the weekends. I do not respond to emails on the weekends. So if you email me on a Friday, you're not going to hear back from me until the following Monday or Tuesday, or perhaps even later, depending upon whether or not I'm in the hospital. So just understand, it's taking me a little longer this time to answer emails than it does normally. I do try to get back to you within 24 to 48 hours, but sometimes that's just not a possibility. Okay, I know many of you have been a little frustrated because of the discussion topics. The first discussion topic did not get turned on. It is now ready. You are able to participate in the introduction, so get on there, subscribe, tell us a little bit about yourself. I'm going to do the same. And what you need to do before you can post, you have to subscribe to the topic. After you have done so, and once people start trickling their responses in, just take some time and post, a response to 2 of our classmates, or you can make me one of those responses if you wish. Doesn't have to be anything lengthy. Just, hey, how are you? Nice to meet you. That type of thing. But do tell us a little bit about yourself. And make it as interesting as you possibly can. Let us know what you think about the humanities and the arts in particular. Okay. The detailed course calendar that the schedule that I use for this course this semester is a little different than what I normally do, primarily because, as I state, we are on a 7-week concentrated semester, so we don't have that luxury of 16 weeks like we do in a full-fledged semester. So there's a lot of material to get through. Now, this is an online course, so everything is up to you. You operate at your own schedule. And so what I've done is make everything begin on the first day of class, which was July 2nd, and ends on the last day of class, which is August 14th. So you have this entire time to get all of this material in, to watch the podcast, to do the discussion topics, all of that. You just need to get it all done before August 14th. So I realize that some of you require a little bit more structure. You can get on there anytime you want, and you can complete assignments anytime you want. You don't have to wait until August 12th, for example, to do it. The podcast or the performance rebroadcast, that's a little different just because they're not there yet. So you might have to wait a bit before you can begin those. But everything else, if you want to go ahead and get it out of the way, that's entirely up to you. You work at your own pace. Do it at your own pace. I'm primarily referring to our online text. I will have more info about the online text and how that is structured and how you are going to be, submitting things as we go along. But the primary reason of the delay is because I'm still waiting on about 10 people to get that online text, and I'm not going to start grading things until things are starting to be turned in by the bulk of our class. So please get that online text, even if it's just the trial version for right now. You got to have it. You can't pass the course without it. Okay, so please keep in mind that I will grade, essays and other stuff that requires grading, but it's not going to be as soon as you turn it in. Okay, there will be a time lag that you'll experience with respect to grading your specific work. Just understand that if you don't see a grade, it doesn't mean you failed, it doesn't mean I'm not paying attention to you, and it doesn't mean that I haven't seen your work. It just simply means that a grade has not been posted yet. That's all. Sometimes it takes a while for grades to post. Your grade for your online textbook work will be posted on our online text, and you'll have access to it. But again, I have to stress to you, everyone has an A. The only way to lose that A is to not do the work. So it's kind of like pass-fail in here, okay? You do the work, you're going to make an A. You don't do the work, you're going to fail. So please, please help me help you do the work, all right? Do the work. Okay. I'm trying to allow enough time for everyone to acquire that text and to begin to start turning in assignments. So, we'll take it easy for a while. But probably starting towards the middle of next week to the end of next week, I'm probably going to start jumping on people saying, hey, you haven't turned anything in yet. We need to get this done. So please, just, do the best you can. Budget your time wisely. Don't wait until the last minute. I highly recommend not waiting until August 13th to start doing the work. You're not going to finish, and you'll fail the course. Okay? There's no makeup in here. There's no extra credit in here, all right? You got to do the work, and you got to do it within that specified time frame. You have until August 14th. That's what, 4 or 5 weeks from now? So you got some time, folks. You just got to do it. So knuckle down, do it. If you have questions, obviously, again, shoot me an email. I will get back with you as quickly as possible. It is not going to be possible this semester for me to meet anyone face-to-face because of these issues with my health. However, I am not opposed to doing a Zoom meeting with you if you absolutely have to meet with me. I can't imagine why that would be, but if you just cannot do it without, we'll set it up. But I just can't imagine that you would need that. This is pretty straightforward. Do the work, make an A, boom, you're done. So as soon as those podcasts are available, you will receive notification, and you will know what to do, because we're going to have a discussion topic about them. I'm going to throw out a question out there. You answer the question as best you can. Discuss it amongst yourselves. It's going to be golden, okay? It doesn't have to be a lengthy essay, just simply a discussion. And I love it when there's great dialogue between people, even when people have dialogue with me regarding the performance podcasts, because they are of local artists. And I appreciate your take and how you react to them. And the questions are all thought-provoking questions, but you may have noticed this already, those of you who have already purchased the text. The questions, while they do require you to have some knowledge of what's going on in the text, much of it is, what do you think, right? It's not necessarily a give me the dates of or give me the facts of. Sometimes it might be, but most of the time it's just simply, what do you think? How are you perceiving this? So there really is no wrong answer, folks. The wrong answer is no answer, okay? So please do the work, make an A, all right? Any questions, shoot me an email. I look forward to getting to know each of you through our online discussion topics and through reading your essays. So take care, folks, and we'll see you again soon.
Love makes me treat you the way that I do. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? There's nothing too good for a girl that's so true. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? Bought you a fur coat for Christmas, a diamond ring, a Cadillac car, and everything. Love makes me treat you the way that I do.